What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Feels like it's been a while since I've actually done like a face cam video. Just been so much content to play, but now that that content has come to pass, we're at a point now where there's literally like no content to do. This is why we're doing a video like this, and I always like to do videos like these right after we have massive celebratory Sugo Fest. You guys would have seen throughout the year, every time like after the Shanks Cruise. I don't know if I did one after the Shanks Cruise Sugo because that was not that long ago, but after the Sobermas Sugo Fest and after the Kaido Sugo Fest, we basically will make a video talking about what's coming up after this big celebration for Global and like what's the next best big banner to be saving your rainbow gems for. Now, there are lots of really decent banners that will be sprinkled along the way between now and however long it's going to take to get to where JP is at right now. There's gonna be lots of really good banners, like World Journey should be coming out hopefully for Global relatively soon. They're gonna be starting to introduce the Pirate Rumble Sugo Fests, which have some pretty interesting characters. I'm not gonna be talking about Pirate Rumble specifically in this video. This video is just talking about Sugo Fest exclusives, because if you are a free-to-play player, you shouldn't be spending your gems outside of the big Sugo Fest banners. So that is what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So as we all know, the current Sugo Fest that just came out was with the release of the Super Types debuting into the game, with Snake Man, of course, who is arguably one of the best Sugo Fest exclusives in the game. Then we've got Sabo, who... Sabo. Then we got Katakuri, my boy Mr. Slam Jam, who's a beast. And then Blackbeard, who is just an absolute monster. This guy, you guys will see over the coming like weeks and months how good this guy really is. He is exceptional. Now, what comes after that? Now, according to the JP scheduling, the next banner to come out that's like a big Sugo Fest batch is Legend Kid. Now, Legend Kid is a Dex Super Type captain, and he utilizes the Super Bomb and Bomb slots. Like, he changes tandem slots into Bomb, and then if you have like a Bomb or a Super Bomb slot, and Super Bomb slot, for those of you who don't know, is going to be a new mechanic that's actually going to be in this next treasure map for Global. So don't worry about it too much, but essentially it's like, if you like hit a good or a great to get inflicted with that bomb orb, it basically just does more damage, right? So with this character, he's very similar to Luffy with his captain effect, in like you need a certain type of orb, and if you do, you get a 5x attack boost, and then also Bomb and Super Bomb don't do any damage to your team. He's a 2.5 attack booster for Dex as well. His Super Type special like changes your orbs into bomb orbs, so like you essentially are getting your attack boost, which is really good. This unit, honestly, on paper, is very, very good. The only problem is the Dex typing itself. In my personal opinion, I think the Dex type is the worst typing in the game, because they just don't have the same depth as some of the other typings in the game. So just because of that alone, I feel like summoning for Kid or Hawkins isn't really that worth it, especially if you've already got a character like 6+ Nami, for example, like the Dex old school Nami, with her Super Evolution. She's a really good Dex captain, and you can partner her up with this Kid. Or if you've got Legend Kaido, because this guy's a striker and he's a Dex character, you can literally run like a Dex striker / powerhouse team with a friend Kid and your own Kaido. Like it can work, right? So you don't specifically need Kid for content. A friend captain will suffice, honestly. But either way, this character is really good on paper, just the Dex typing needs a little bit more support. And then he comes along with Basil Hawkins, so it's a double legend batch with Basil Hawkins and Kid. Now, Basil Hawkins on release, a lot of people really hated, but he's actually gone to show that despite what he may look like he might be able to do, he's able to do a lot more than what you think. He's a very, very interesting unit. Myself, personally, I'm not a big fan of this character, just the way that his playstyle is basically designed to do. But he's only a 3x attack booster to Dex. All other typings get 2.75. You get a health boost, and he basically will have like a 6+ Usopp effect, or a 6-star Usopp effect, whatever it is, where every time you enter a new stage, the enemy's timer goes up by 1 turn. So like if you enter a new stage and the enemy's on like a 2-turn cooldown, it will automatically go to a 3-turn cooldown instead. It's very interesting. And then every time you enter a new stage, you heal back 50% of the damage that you took in the previous stage. And then his special ability is very similar to like V2 Katakuri, where how much damage you take will actually increase the amount of damage of his tap timing bonus damage. And his super type special is very weird. It just basically, you will basically not die for 1 turn, essentially, is what it is. Yeah, this guy is really weak, but very strong in the defensive department, and is able to like just cheese through content, basically. Not my favorite unit in the game, but you gotta respect what he's able to do, right? He's an interesting unit nonetheless. Then you got 6+ Garb, who should be coming sometime soon. This guy's pretty interesting. He's actually one of the better Super Evolutions in terms of straight up buffs. He's like really, really strong. In Pirate Rumble, unfortunately, he's really not that good still, but still, we should be expecting this probably at the end of the month or the start of the next month is what I'm thinking. Then the next batch after that is going to be Smoker and Sugar. Smoker himself is a quick super type captain, up to a 5x boost, depending on how many perfects you hit. And then he himself is very interesting because it's like he will give you a quick 2.5 attack boost when you launch his special, but if you've already got an attack boost active, he will be a 2.5 orb booster instead. Very, very interesting the way that he's kind of built, and especially like with his super type special, is that he extends the durations of your attack and orb boosting effects. So at double Smoker, you can literally have 3 turns of a 2.5 attack and orb boost. It's interesting, but he's not like the best super type character in the game. And Quick is one of my favorite typings in the game, but unfortunately, I don't think Smoker is like top tier, but he's a good unit. He is a really, really good unit. Better than a lot of Sugo Fest exclusives in the game, but I don't think he's like a super top tier character. And then you got Sugar, who a lot of people consider to be like top 5 best characters in the game. I would probably agree to some extent, but the only thing is that you don't actually need this character to click content. It's just more of like, if you have this character, then yeah, you can have a lot of fun utilizing this unit, but it's not like a character that you desperately need to click content. So for free-to-play players out there, I would still suggest skipping this banner. That you just don't need these units. Plus, the batch that comes with these characters are like not amazing either. With the Kid and Hawkins one that we just talked about, it comes along with a Rare Recruit X Drake and a Rare Recruit Page 1. Those characters are actually pretty decent, but again, not like super needed characters. And then Sugar is a very interesting unit with her Toy Bear mechanic. She's actually a Rainbow Captain, but she is like a quick super type character as well. So 40 cost or less get like a 4.5 attack boost, which is nuts. Quick and int are beneficial to everyone. You get a health boost, and then all other characters still get a 3x attack boost. So even if they are above 40 cost, they'll still get a 3x attack boost. But then when they become into Toy Bears, they actually will have 40 cost and 2500 base attack. We'll talk about more of this character when it's officially released on Global. I don't want to get into it much right now, but as I said, she's a really powerful unit, but not a unit that you literally need to clear content with, but still a really, really cool unit. Then we got this guy, V2 Rayleigh 6+. I'm really looking forward to this, and a lot of people who are like heavily into Pirate Rumble are really looking forward to this unit, because this is one of the biggest instances that we've seen where a super evolution, yeah, obviously it does help out the unit a lot with just upgrading their captain effect and their special ability, but this is like the first big instance of a super evolution literally buffing this unit's abilities on Pirate Rumble. This unit is a beast on Pirate Rumble. HP boost if you're below 60% for himself, defense and guard boost to all characters, and then his special ability is 1700 fixed to a large range, and then is an attack booster and a defense booster for your whole team as well. He's just a really good rainbow unit to run on a lot of different teams in Pirate Rumble, so for that reasoning, like this guy, you should really look forward to this guy. He's very, very good. And then after that, on Japan, was the release of V3 Lord. Now, Global already has this character, so I don't really know what they're going to be doing in replacement of this. Are they just going to skip it all together? I would expect them just to skip it all together. They're not, I don't know, maybe they'll have like a rehash event where they're like, oh, here's the One Piece Day Sugo Fest again, and maybe lore after like 10 multis or something like that. I don't know. I'm not really too sure what they're going to do, but we'll have to wait and see. But after that comes the release of this character, V3 Boa Hancock. Now, a lot of people on JP would agree to the fact that this character is probably, I'd say probably like top 2 best super type captains in the game. Her abilities are kind of crazy, right? So she's a Psy captain, which is great. I like Psy super types. I like Psy characters in general. They're just really, really strong. V3 Law works really well with this character too. And then you'll get a 4x attack boost, but you get a 5x attack boost, or up to a 5x attack boost, depending on how much you healed in the previous stage, which is interesting. So you really need to try and heal as much as you can to get that really high attack boost, but there are other ways to basically achieve that. And then she's also a Rainbow Captain, 3.75, which is nice to have. Boosts the chance of getting recovery orbs and treats them as beneficial. Her special ability reduces all cooldowns by 2 turns, which is good, and then the Mirror status to all enemies, which means that when they're inflicted with this status, they literally cannot do anything. I mean, they can still activate their effects, like after turn 2, if they apply a debuff, that will still activate, but they cannot attack you at all for as long as that status is inflicted on them. Now, unfortunately, if the enemy does have debuff immunity, then they can't be inflicted with it. But if it's like a delay immunity, defense down immunity, whatever it is, they can be inflicted with this status, which is extremely strong. So you can literally stall for such a long time with this character. Plus, has a healing mechanic for 5 turns. Now, it's 11 times her recovery, 555. So you're healing for like over like 5,000, nearly 6,000. Yeah, it'd be over 6,000 for sure. with this character, especially if you like feed cotton candies and everything. So you are able to achieve this 5 times attack boost very, very easily whilst this special is active. And then her super type special, I think this is the best super type special in the entire game. Now, in order to get it to activate, you need an end of turn healing buff applied, so essentially launch her special, or if you run Vivi and Rebecca, for example, when you use their switch effect, where you get the chain lock, and you also get the end of turn healing for 2000 heal. Now, if you use the switch effect, it will also enable you to use this this super type effect, but what it does, changes all orbs, including block, into Psy orbs, boosts the attack of Psy characters by 2.5 times for 1 turn, and then you get super Psy characters. Now, remember, super type specials can only be launched 1 time throughout the duration of the run. However, with how much stall is able to be launched here, you can literally just like stall forever and then just ease your way through content, and then on the final boss stage, just boom, launch a super type special and it's over. This is insane, because remember, this cannot be interrupted. You get a full board orb manipulation and an attack boost that cannot be interrupted. Literally insane. This character is also very, very good in Pirate Rumble. So again, look forward to this character. She has actually a really good support character too, a support effect. So I would say, and another thing as well, is that this character has one of the best rare recruit batches that we've seen in recent times. A new Rebecca, a new Robin, and a Viola. Those 3 characters in particular are all very, very good rare recruits. So I would say if you are looking to pull on a Sugo Fest in the future, this is one you may want to consider. But the thing about it is that this Sugo Fest literally drops right before Luffy and Sanji. So you have to really make a decision there. Would you rather spend your gems to specifically get this Boa? One thing to note though is that Boa actually debuts alongside a Blitz battle, and if you have Boa and her rare recruit batch, it makes the Blitz battle so easy. But then again, it is only a Blitz battle, so you don't really like need this unit at that right time to actually just clear content, but it helps you a lot, of course. But I would think it would be a better idea to save your gems for the next Sugo Fest afterwards, which is Luffy and Sanji, which we all know how broken this character is. Many people on JP would consider this character to be the best character in the game. I would say it's like equal between this character and Shanks' crew still. I think Shanks' crew is still insanely broken with what they're able to do with their amazing captain effect, great switch ability, and really broken special ability too. But this character, we've already talked about him extensively on the channel. Essentially a 5 times Rainbow Captain. He's an attack booster, Rainbow with his special. Very good in Pirate Rumble as well, does a lot of damage. So this guy is just completely broken. Then you got the Germa 66. Now, if you did pull Boa Hancock, the super type Boa Hancock, you would really want to try and get this character, because this character is another Psy super type captain, and he actually wants to be run as a sub, because when he's a sub, he actually changes into the captain position for 2 turns. He's an orb booster, so you can use Boa Hancock's attack boost with the super type for an attack boost, then use this guy for the orb boost, and then when he becomes the captain in the middle of the adventure, he's super effective against all types. Like, that's so broken. And he's a 5 times attack boost if you have a Psy or a tandem slot. Like, this is insane to have like a 5 times captain with a 2.25 orb, 2.25 attack boost, and he's super effective against all types. It is absurd how strong this character is. So this plus Boa Hancock is like a match made in heaven. If you have those 2 specifically, it's insane. Plus this character is also relatively decent in Pirate Rumble. So you can have a combination of the Germa 66, V3 Boa, and V3 Law all on the same team, all boosting each other as a really powerful Psy core that's very, very good in Pirate Rumble. So there you go. That's something to look forward to. And then you got the Sweet 3 Generals, which unfortunately is like the weakest of this current 3 that we're talking about. But despite that, he is still pretty good. He is a strength super type character. Unfortunately, he has one of the worst super type specials in the game. He's just literally damage and a cooldown reduction. It's not very good, unfortunately. I wish it was like changes all orbs into matching or something like that. Would have been so much better. But he does have a really good support effect, reducing a special bind and despair on your whole crew for 2 turns, which is very good. And in Pirate Rumble, he's also relatively decent as well. So, you know, this guy's pretty good, but like the other 2 are just much better in my personal opinion. And then you've got the release of the Halloween Law and the Halloween Mihawk, which came out right after Luffy and Sanji, which they are really good. They're both int super type captains. I have talked about them recently on the channel, but personally speaking, I just don't think it's really worth summoning for them, especially because we are expecting that Luffy and Sanji is likely going to be our official anniversary Sugo Fest, which should be arriving at the end of February. So that's what we should be looking for forward to in this day and age, really. So there are only really 2 Sugo Fests that you should be aiming to pull on in the future if you are a free-to-play player, and that would be either V3 Boa, which I personally don't think is a good idea, just because like Luffy and Sanji's right here, like literally right afterwards. This is 6+ Jinbei, by the way, who doesn't really get that much better in my opinion. And then 6+ Capone is also a really good unit as well. Very good for V3 Katakuri, by the way, so that's awesome. So Boa and her batch are very good, but despite the fact that she's really good, you got like the Sugo Fest right after it, which is just insane. So I personally think, and I think a lot of people would agree with me, that this is the next banner that you should be pulling for, right? So that is that. And you never know, there might just be some random global first that throws a wrench into everything, and that would really make you contemplate about where you want to be spending your rainbow gems. And of course, like if there is like a global first Sugo Fest that ever comes out between now and Luffy and Sanji, for example, I would definitely be making a video talking about whether or not it's worth pulling on that particular banner or pulling on Luffy and Sanji. And look, there is definitely a case to be made that if a banner is good enough, that you should probably pull on that one compared to Luffy and Sanji. But the fact is that Luffy and Sanji debuts with like 2 other Sugo Fest exclusive characters, so I think you get more value for your gems by summoning on a banner like that compared to like just a brand new solo legend release. But it is what it is, right? But anyways, that is going to wrap up this video today. And despite everything that I said, you don't have to follow exactly what I said. If you have like a favorite legend that's coming out in the next coming months that isn't Luffy and Sanji, like which one are you going to be pulling for? Maybe you really don't like any of these characters, but you really want to get your hands on this new Mihawk or this new Law character, right? Or maybe you says stuff all that, I just want to get Boa Hancock because I'm a Boa Hancock simp. I don't know what you're doing. So let me know down below in the comment section, which of these Sugo Fest exclusives are you going to be pulling for? As I said, if you're free to play, you should probably wait for this particular banner because it's likely going to be one of the best Sugo Fests of all time, because Yoshi-san has been doing God's work, making some crazy Sugo Fests that are essentially unskippable. So I don't know what's going to be happening in the future, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.